Welcome to episode 300 of Leader Feeder. This is an amazing accomplishment. We're glad that you've stayed with us, that we've been able to make an impact for 300 episodes. Into this Leader Feeder, let's talk about 4 ways to recognize shop floor employees. I'm Greg Schenkel, President of Unique Training and Development and Frontline Leadership Systems, and today we've got to look at how to recognize shop floor employees. Now, there's a number of myths about recognition that keep leaders and companies from doing a good job in the area of recognition. Myth number 1 is that recognition isn't necessary. I mean, we pay people, they should just do their work. We shouldn't need to tell them how amazing that they are. Recognition is too expensive is another myth because, it takes a lot of time and money and to give people this recognition. And then the third myth is that recognition really only benefits the top performers. And that is the case if you choose to have an Employee of the Month type recognition. So the fact is that 21.5% of employees that don't feel recognized go on to get job interviews within the 3 months after that, compared to just 12.4% who do feel recognized. So think about that. That's about a 9% difference between some people looking for work because they don't feel recognized versus the people that do. Now, one of our clients decided to go all in on recognition to their advantage and to their credit. They wanted to acknowledge and recognize people for lots of different things. They put recognition in place related to performance, obviously, but also to behaviors that would support the team. They did multiple levels. They didn't do it as an Employee of the Month, which, again, I've spoken about on other leader feeders, but Employee of the Month doesn't work because it makes a winner-take-all mentality. Either you're the best or you get nothing. And what we really want is a recognition system which takes everyone from whatever level that they're at now and gives them a chance to hit these high expectations that we have for performance. So they did it in the form of some tangible recognition, but most of the time it was really just acknowledgement. It was about calling someone a bronze, silver, or gold performer if they hit multiple targets. So here's a few thoughts on how to improve, or 4 ways that you can recognize performance in your operation. Number 1 is recognize performance, which is the outcomes, and that means understanding what is good results, what are good results in terms of winning the day, and then obviously recognize those performance levels, and you can do that on an individual basis but also on a team basis, so you can recognize outcomes or performance issues. Secondly, you can recognize behaviors. Now, this means that when people show up for work, as attendance, punctuality, could be that they stay on the job well, could be related to safety practices. It's those kinds of behaviors, teamwork and helping out one another, they can be recognized for those behaviors as well. Third tip is recognize everyone who achieves a threshold. So make it so that, not that it's easy to get, I want you to set high targets, but I want you to acknowledge that there's multiple people who hopefully can rise to that challenge and achieve those things. So again, avoid that Employee of the Month, focus on everyone who can achieve a certain threshold of performance. And then fourth is recognizing that you don't just want people to focus on one outcome or one behavior. You want them to focus on a combination of behaviors. So recognize people who are achieving at different levels of expectation and also multiple tiers that they're hitting. And once you do that, you're going to create this best ever recognition program. And even if you're a little bit cynical or thinking, this sounds like a lot of work for doing nothing, why not go ahead and experiment with it and see how it changes the morale and attitude of your group? And of course, you can also see the impact on your operating results as well. So recognition is important for people, and it doesn't have to be monetary. It just needs to be specific about what they're doing to help you succeed. Now, once you've figured out the recognition angle, you're going to want to work on some of the other leadership aspects for yourself and for your team members and for your leaders. And that's where our Frontline Leadership Training Program comes in. Whether you have us come on site to deliver the training or you use our virtual training studio, which is state-of-the-art, or now there's a Frontline Leadership on Demand program, which allows people to sign up, take the course at their own pace, and still put those ideas into action and have a report on the impact it's having in your operation. So all of that starts with a conversation at uniquedevelopment.com. And then we'll set up a pilot program with your organization, and based on the success of that, we'll help you expand that over time and build on it to create leadership excellence that derives organizational excellence.